and welcome to the vlog. I left you last time having just had the work done on the stern gland, had it repacked, which fortunately has worked out to be the cure for the problem. Unfortunately, by the time the work had been done and everything sorted out, it was actually tipping it down with rain. So rather than getting soaked to the skin, I decided that I would just go down a little way further south, find myself a mooring spot and then moor up and relax for the rest of the afternoon, which I did. So this morning I've got up and I'm going to set off going further south. I'm only about half an hour, just about, from the entrance to the Blisworth Tunnel. Blisworth Tunnel being the third longest tunnel on the network, somewhat longer than the Braunston Tunnel, which I've been through a couple of times before. In fact, I think I'm right in saying it's just on or just under 3 kilometres in length. So it should take about half an hour to go through. So what I'm planning to do is to go down, go through the Blisworth Tunnel. Once through the Blisworth Tunnel, I'll continue on then down towards Stoke Bruerne. I've got to go through a series of locks at Stoke Bruerne, which I'll do. And then once I've down on the bottom lock, I'll go further south towards Cosgrove. So that's really what this episode is going to be all about. So yeah, let's go, let's see, let's cruise and see what happens on the way down there. Hope you enjoy the vlog. Don't forget, if you haven't already, please subscribe, hit the like button and send a comment. Yeah, it's great, it helps me a lot and I do really appreciate it. And a great big thank you to all those that have already subscribed. Thanks again. Can't be too far from the tunnel now. This is the entrance to the Blisworth Tunnel. I can see a boat coming through actually, so I'm going to give it a few minutes for him to come out and then I'll go in. This is the Blisworth Tunnel hut. As you can see, adopted himself with the Blisworth Tunnel partnership in 2013. Yeah, obviously, if I go in there, you can see it's got pictures on the wall. Looks like they have a few get-togethers and parties. Place there for cans, bottles, table there with some candles. Looks like somebody enjoys it, and that's the main thing. See there, the Blisworth Tunnel. Had extensive restorations done and was reopened again in August 1984. There's Bubbly Too waiting to go through the Blisworth. If you look through the entrance of the tunnel, you might just make out a light in the distance. That's obviously someone coming through. So the boat's almost out. Ready for me to go in. Just two-way, as I said, but well, for the sake of 5 minutes wait or so, it's worth just giving yourself a little bit more room if you can. Okay, so I'm just about to disappear into the darkness. Just on 2 o'clock, so that's how long it takes me to go through. So it's been a busy morning this morning. I got up and checked the stern gland again. Fortunately, it's a lot better than it was yesterday. I might have to nip it up once more, but it seems a lot better today, which is good news. So I carried on from a mooring last night, and I've come down the Stoke Bruerne flight of locks, and once again I was really lucky because I managed to get some help with some other boaters coming down, and now I'm really heading down towards Cosgrove and then to Milton Keynes. Cuppers are getting a little bit bare, so I really probably need to stop sooner rather than later, but I understand from others that Cosgrove is not a bad place to stop to get supplies, so I might do that. But it's just about lunchtime, so I'm going to take the opportunity, find a mooring spot not too far along, stop and have some lunch, and then make my way from there. So I'm just getting topped up with water. Just come down the flight of locks, got help again, which was great. So there we go, it's just filled up. So I'm going to go and turn the tap. So as I said, I've passed the Stoke Bruerne locks. Seems to be a bit of a convoy of boats at the moment coming along this little stretch. But I was going to stop for some lunch, but to be honest, the difference in levels between the water and the banks, even with the rings, is quite high. So I'm not so sure it'd be safe for the boat. I think it gets scratched about a bit, so I'm going to try and go and find some better moorings if I can. I don't know whether you can see, there is I think 3 boats, if not 4, in front of me. And we're all crawling along. I'm just on tick over at the moment. There you go. You can only go as fast as the slowest. Another superb part of the country, just ambling along. The forecast did predict rain today, but so far it's been glorious. There's a fair bit of cloud in the sky, but the sun's out and it's really quite warm. There's a tree down across the canal. I'm not sure if anyone's aware of it, but just managed to scrape round it. once again, it's really great cruising along this section of the Grand Union Canal, the main line. And what could be more pleasant than a slow cruise along tranquil waters in the middle of nature? Yeah, this is what life should be all about. Lovely views out over the countryside. You can see there's a fair bit of cloud, but at the moment it doesn't feel as though there's going to be rain, so keeping my fingers crossed. So as I say, it's a beautiful day. Not so sunny, but just pleasant, just really pleasant for a slow cruise. Yeah. It was good to be out in nature today. I think they must have had quite a lot of strong wind though. It's blowy today, to be honest, especially on these open stretches. But out of a quarter of a mile back there was a tree that had blown down, and it was probably 3/4 of the way across the canal. So managed to get round it okay. Hopefully the CRT will get down soon to clear it. Must have had some rain there to create a puddle like that, but the horses are enjoying it. Nice drinking spot for them. Whether you can pick this up through the trees in a moment, but there's an old Ford Anglia. Brings back some memories. Ford Anglia was my father's very first car. In fact, he bought a second-hand one first and then later bought a brand new one. And it was one of my first cars. My very first car was a Standard 8, which I paid £20 for. Drunk more oil than petrol. I swapped that and bought myself a Mini, and then from the Mini went eventually up to an Anglia myself. So yeah, brings back memories. Ford Anglia. Navigation Inn coming up. Looks like a nice place for a drink and a meal. So this is Bridge 64. So I'm just approaching Cosgrove, and I think I'm going to stay here for a couple of days or so. It's a beautiful place, love it, and some good mooring spots as well. I just moored up at Cosgrove, and so I'm recording the sound of the engine. Sorry? I'm recording the sound of your engine. Lovely old traditional Dutch barge. So this is the Iron Trunk Aqueduct. Obviously on the Grand Union Canal. Not a very long one, as you can see, but some information all about the Iron Trunk Aqueduct. And apparently it was 200 years old back in 2011. But it does have footpath on one. A little bit more history on the far side of the aqueduct. A bit more information. This is interesting because it says the Iron Trunk Aqueduct is the oldest broad canal iron trough aqueduct, which was opened in 1811 as the fourth attempt by the Grand Junction Canal to cross the great river Ouse. Yeah. And there's a tunnel called the Horse Tunnel that you can go through from the mooring side across to the Bubbly Too pub on the other side. So I don't know whether this was ever used for horses, presumably it was. It's got the name. This is the Barley Mow pub, and it's outside seating, but they've also got live music on today. Canal side houses, really pretty. This is the beautiful bridge number 65 that goes across the canal here at Cosgrove. Superb. Once you can see the youngsters in their boat over there enjoying the afternoon. Again, some superb canal side houses. Must cost a fortune. Okay, so I'm going to moor up here in Cosgrove. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget to subscribe and smash the like button. It means a lot to me, and I'll see you on the next one. Stay safe.